The tale of two wolves revisited, told with a fresh perspective. Legend has it, in a distant village, an old man was sitting by the fire, sharing wisdom with his young grandson. He began to tell the tale of the two wolves. "A fight is going on inside of you," he says to the boy. "It's a terrible fight between two wolves. One is evil. He is full of rage, jealousy, arrogance, greed, sorrow, regret, lies, laziness, and self-pity." He continues, "The other is good. He is filled with love, joy, peace, generosity, truth, empathy, courage, humility, and faith. This same fight is going on inside the hearts of everyone, including you." The young boy was intrigued and asked his grandfather, "Which wolf wins?" The old man simply replies, "They both win if you feed them right. You see, if I starve one wolf, the other will become imbalanced with power. If I choose to feed only the light wolf, the shadow one will become ravenous and resentful. He will hide around every corner and wait for my defenses to lower, then attack. He will be filled with hatred and jealousy and will fight the light wolf endlessly." This version goes from the feel-good, feed-good version to the everyone-eats version. What happens when we repress something that is societally offensive or that makes us feel rejected, unloved, angry, or undesirable? Carl Jung, renowned Swiss psychiatrist, surmises this philosophical phenomenon of human nature as, "Everyone carries a shadow, and the less it is embodied in the individual's conscious life, the blacker and denser it is." However, just because such features are buried and become unconscious does not mean that they completely disappear. In fact, they're always lurking in the shadows, waiting to be noticed, much like the shadow wolf. In other words, you tend to disregard your bad side the more you focus on your good side. Carl Jung further cautions that the brighter the light, the darker the shadow. Your shadow self will grow in direct proportion to your lighter, brighter side. This is basic physics. Consider Newton's third law, which states, "For every action there is an equal and opposite reaction." As uncomfortable as the truth may be, your shadow wolf is also going to grow no matter how much you feed your light wolf and try to disown the shadow wolf. Just because such traits are buried away and become unconscious, it doesn't mean that they totally disappear. So how do we feed both in the right way? Fortunately, there is a method that can assist us in achieving this equilibrium. It is the road of inner transformation, inner effort, and involution. This approach can be divided broadly into two parts: light work and shadow work, though both frequently overlap. Learning to feed our inner light wolf, the part of ourselves that is naturally joyous, hopeful, empathic, kind, honest, and loving, is light work. Learning to appreciate oneself and connect with your true nature, soul, is part of light work. When we practice shadow work, we open ourselves up to confront, befriend, and integrate the unpleasant shadows that we encounter within ourselves. Here we must do the work. This work could include grieving, processing trauma from the past, engaging in emotional catharsis, journaling, engaging in inner child work, prayer, connecting with our inner archetypes and parts, and so on. Lesson 1. Embrace the duality of life. The tale of the two wolves reminds us that both light and darkness exist within us. This is not a case of either or, but a case for and both. It's a recognition that humans are not purely good or purely evil, but a complex combination of both. Accepting this duality allows us to acknowledge our flaws and work on self-improvement without excessive self-judgment. Embrace your imperfections and understand that everyone has their struggles and shortcomings. Instead of suppressing negative emotions, learn to address and process them constructively. Lesson 2. Choose your focus wisely. The parable teaches us that the wolf we feed becomes stronger. Conversely, the one we starve becomes ravenous and unpredictable and dangerous. It emphasizes the importance of our thoughts and where we direct our energy to balance the dichotomy of these two wolves. By doing the work of introspection and choosing to focus on positive thoughts and actions, we can create a more positive and balanced life. So practice gratitude. This takes the focus off the negative and allows you to reframe these thoughts in a manner to promote self-improvement without neglecting the shadow work. In conclusion, the tale of the two wolves offers valuable life lessons. By nourishing the right qualities, embracing the duality of life, and choosing our focus wisely, we can lead more fulfilling and meaningful lives, not only for ourselves, but also in the way we impact the world around us. It reminds us that we have the power to shape our character and reactions, and guides us towards becoming better versions of ourselves. So now it is up to you to decide which wolf wins.